everyone, this is Nia with the Rainbow Cauldron, and today I want to put a little bit of an update out there on our situation, and to show off some progress on some of the projects that I've been doing. Well, first, as you know, we are moving in a couple months from all the way from Southern California to New Hampshire, so it's going to be a huge, long road trip, especially since we're going in a very sort of circuitous route where we're going up from Southern California to Oregon to see family, and then we're going to Kansas to see family, and then to Michigan, and then all the way up to New Hampshire. So it's going to be a really long road trip. So um, and um, good news for us is that our house just sold. So we have, I think now we have about 22 days to vacate our home. So my husband has set up for us to stay in an extended stay hotel for the next 2 months, 2.5 months, something like that. And then in mid-July we'll be leaving for our road trip. So that's awesome. So because we're going, now we need to rush and hurry up and get out of our house. I've been doing a lot of projects and a lot of sewing, since we've got to pack up my sewing machine, doing some paper projects, things like that, while I still have the supplies. And I do want to apologize that there will not be a weekly reading for this week, as you can tell since it's Monday. Tomorrow I'm going to try to do next week's reading, and hopefully the week after that too. I want to try to get the next few weeks' readings done this uh, this week, so that we can focus on moving out. So okay, so the first thing I wanted to go over was to show the progress on my spell book, because in the previous video I showed that the book was not complete. So I've been working on that a little bit, and I actually just glued together the spine again, because remember when I told you that when I first made this book, and here it is, I have it held in spots so that the glue can dry. But when I first made the book, I was not intending to scrapbook the spells pages. Um, I was just wanting to scrapbook the divider pages, basically. But I kind of got carried away, and scrapbooking is fun, so I started scrapbooking the spells page, which made this book like enormous. And hold on, let me adjust the lighting here for a second. There we go. It made this book enormous, and it just it would not hold anymore, in the binding busted open because it was not big enough for all the scrapbooking that I was doing in this. So I had to, what I had to do was I had to cut off the binding, basically. And what I did was I glued on a new binding on it, and I actually just did this. So it's not exactly, as good looking as it was, but at least it's not busted open anymore. So, and lesson learned from my end to not overdo it. But all right, so I've already showed um, this page, the front page, and then table of contents. I still haven't inked this. I don't know if I'm going to put it in ink. I might just leave it in pencil, maybe colored pencil, to give it a more permanent look. I'm afraid that if I use pen on this, it's going to seep through to the next page, and I don't want that. So I might actually do this in colored pencil. Okay, and this is all the same stuff: colors, stones, herbs, moon phases, which I still haven't done, or the planets. Still haven't done the symbols or the Ogham or the runes. Still haven't done much with the by intent page. I want to though. And then of course rituals. I did the ritual section has a basic full moon right here, which I'll be writing in, and then all 8 Sabbats, and the only one I've done is Ostara, because I just basically wrote in here the ritual we did for Ostara, and there is a video on that, our video, um, my family's celebration of Ostara. Okay, and then spells, of course, same sort of thing here, nothing new, nothing different here. But I still haven't written the spell bag. I have started writing some spells in here, and I don't know if you remember what this looked like before. I mean, here's the banishing page. Here we go, and there's a pocket here, pocket right here, and a pocket right here, all the way in the back. There we go. And so there's 3 pockets here, but this turned out to be pretty thorough, this little booklet I made. All I did was I covered the whole back, the backing of it, and then I put 2 pages in here. But these spells are kind of covering. I don't actually need all this for one spell. 1 page is actually quite enough, maybe 2. I actually have, these are 2 different spells here. I have a Leave Me Alone spell and a Chill Out spell, and this is under Banishing. So I'll put similar spells throughout here. So there we go, and that actually, so I don't know if all these pockets were even needed, since I could fit like 3 or 4 spells, maybe 5 in here, no problem. So there we go. And this page was not done in the previous book, so I do want to go over this one a little bit more thoroughly. Actually, this one went right here. So what I have here, this is the divination, psychism, and astral work page, and it's actually pretty cool. Here are the little stampy guys from the Graphic 45 steampunk spells, and I did this same background that I have in the front and back right here, and I decorative cut the edge in there, and there's a big pocket in the back, and I put the 3rd guy on this one, and this one is like, I haven't written in here, but we've got 4 pages, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and we've got the Dr. Dreadful here, and Seymour Bones. So that goes right there. And then on this side, I used the main woman from the Steampunk Spells collection, and I put her right here, and this is a little pocket right here, not for one quite this big, but if I wanted to put a small little thing right here, it does fit in this little pocket. That's actually too big, it's too small for this one. But and then I also have a big pocket right here, and I really wanted to use, there's not really a lot of purple in the Steampunk Spells collection, but because this really had a lot to do with divination and psychic awareness, I really wanted to use purple. So I used this purple paper here. And I think, you know, even though there's not really any purple in this set, I think it goes well. I really do. I think it looks really nice with this. So, and I put a little gear right there as a decoration. So there we go. There's divination, psychism, and astral work. Okay, and I'm going to put this right back in here. This page was the dreams and sleep. All I did was add this center thing here so that all this stuff stayed in there instead of falling out, because it was loose before. So I just put in a middle divider to glue it down so that it was laid more flat. So, and I did write on the back of this, I have a little spell here. This is a dream incubation pillow. That's the spell that I put on the back of that one. I still haven't done anything with this one. It's going to have a spell on the back. I think I had wanted to do one to remember dreams, but I actually kind of think I'm going to do a help sleep sort of spell. Who knows? We'll figure it out. And of course, this page, the happiness and peace. We got the big pocket here, and a big pouch right here. And this was the page that really made my book bust open. So, and for this, I have the same. I have a little spell in here. This is a group serenity spell, which would be great for a big road trip with family, and plenty of room for other spells to go in here. So there we go. Next page is the healing page. And all I did here is I added this little witch hazel jelly thing because I don't know, it seemed like it fit in with healing, and I kind of just liked it there. I added a little something to this page that I felt was maybe missing. So there we go, healing. There we go. And then this book lit here, I haven't written anything in it yet, but it's the same thing as before. It's got 6 pages. So there we go. And next page, this was the other page that I completed. So you haven't seen it yet. This is money, and here we go, money. And basically what I did, I'll pull out the thing, I just put a long strip across here and another strip across this way, glued it in the center, and then I put these black bars at the end because I just liked the finishing touch it gave that. And I fussy cut this potions, perilously potent potions and curiously creepy charms paper right here. And then this one I actually had in the psychism page, but there was so much, I had it right, I had this one over here, and I had this one right here because it uses a lot of the same characters, the people. So that's what I had done, and there's a woman on the back too. But it did make this page quite large, and I'm going to have plenty of room for spells in here. Probably going to fit 3 or 4 spells in here. So, and I didn't have a page for money, so I went ahead and I put this with the money, and I thought it went well over here too. So that's, and there's one pocket here behind this one. And there's actually 2 pockets over here. There's one behind, and there's actually one right here. There's a pocket right there. And this one will have money spells. I might actually put a blank page right here too. So there we go. And this one keeps kind of popping open a little bit because, I mean, like I said, these pages were not meant to be scrapbooked, so I kind of got a little carried away. So this page keeps popping open a little bit. So, and then I really love how this page turned out, the protection page. I used the big, the moon hot air balloon. And I cut that out and I put there, and I also have this double toil and trouble right there. And over here I used the steampunk spells thing, and I glued that out. And what I had actually done with this page, I don't know if you can see the gears right here on top of the the clockwork background. What I had done was I decorative cut this line all the way down. You know, I folded it over and I decorative cut, but because it's so similar to this background, you really couldn't see the decorative cut and it just kind of looks sloppy. So I found the little pieces that chopped out of the thing and I glued them back in to create so you could see the gears again. And then instead of doing it all the way across, I found this in the collection, and I really liked how it kind of mirrors this. So I glued that right over it, and that kind of solved the problem that I had. So there we go. These are protection spells. Oof. And basically, I just have the one for traveling in here, Vintage Voyages. I have a feverfew travel protection spell right here, a protection sachet here, and then there's room for more. And then so I have that in there, and there's actually a big pocket right here. Yeah, I can actually put it in this way. There's a big pocket that way, and this is actually a pocket here too, right behind there, and then you know the main pocket back there. So there we go. I'm going to adjust the lighting a little bit so we can see this a little. That's a little better. So yeah, so that's the protection spells page, and then of course you know the success and luck page. I haven't done anything with this. I still have to put a charm in here, a good luck charm, and I don't know what I'm going to do with this page because on the outside it's the black, the inside it's these. I might do just this page in the middle and then have a spell in the front and back, and then I could actually write a spell right here. And I've been bending it so much that it's actually starting to rip a little bit right there in the center. I'll have to do something with that. And then put like a title on the front. Because I don't know, I didn't like these on the front. I didn't like it like that. I didn't like it like that. I liked it this way. So, you know, I'll figure something out. But there we go. So that's success and luck. And so there we go. That's the pages that I've done for the Steampunk Spells book. And I'm actually done with this. I'm just writing the spells now and writing the information. So there we go. And it's almost dry. So what I've been doing over the weekend is I've been sewing. So I wanted to show some of what I've been sewing has been for other people. I'm doing a embroidery on a wedding dress for a friend of mine she's making the dress for her client, and I did the embroideries on it. So I was doing that, and we've packed pretty much all of my fabric, but save a few that I wasn't planning to sew with, but use as altar cloths, really. But I did find in my sewing cabinet, way in the back, crumpled up, I found an old curtain. So basically, that's just a blank canvas to me. So I knew exactly what I kind of wanted to do with it, and I wanted to create spell bags or even tarot bags, mostly spell bags to put in with my my travel altar. But I also wanted to embroider on them, and I knew, and once our house sold, I knew I had to get on that really quickly. So this weekend, I've been sewing these little bags. I did make some small baggies, not with embroideries on them. These are just I was primarily thinking these for baths. And it's a fairly thin fabric, so so it's kind of like a muslin bag. I can put some herbs in there and a stone and take a kind of a spell bath with these. So that's what I made 4 of these, and these actually came from the bottom strip of the curtain. I just cut that right off, and then just sewed up the sides, and they made cute little baggies. And I used hemp for the tie-ties. So there we go. I've got the little baggies here. Ah. And then I made this one, and I have a deck of cards in here right now. Let me see if I can get the lighting in here. It's hard to see, but this is actually a shiny gold thread here. I'm trying to see if you can see it. It is quite shiny, but it's hard to see here. And then I have a dark green for the pentacle part, and that was the first one I did. Okay, and then I also did, let's see, I did this one, which turned out quite lovely. And this is the same one. This is the same embroidery that I put on my bag for my Anna K tarot deck. This one. It's the same embroidery, just different colors, obviously. This is, you know, I made that a long time ago. But there we go. So that one actually turned out quite nice. I like how that turned out. And I also, of course, did an Ogham. And I did this in pink and purple and gold. It's hard to see in this light, but it's actually quite pretty. I wish the lighting was a little bit better today. I don't know if you can see, but there you go. Very pretty bag. And I'm going to move these up a little bit so I can show the other 3. And this one is a triple goddess symbol. The middle thread is a sparkly silver, which, you know, it's kind of a pain in the ass to sew with. You know, it broke a couple times, but it's a really shiny, glittery silver. And then the 2 moons on the side, I used a variegated thread, and I just thought that was really nice and kind of feminine looking. So I have a deck in here too. It just made sense to use these as deck holders since I needed them. Oh, here comes my kitty cat. Come here. Here comes Vishnu. Hi, Vishnu. Hi, Kiki. Hi, Kiki. Say hi, Kiki. Okay, he's going up behind the camera. Excuse me, cat. And I do have a good, awesome collie here. And I'm actually using this bag to hold my spell book because that thing, my book is so big now that it's so not going to fit in my travel altar anymore, which I kind of feel bummed about because, you know, having the travel altar carrying the spell book would be ideal, but you know, I got carried away with the scrapbooking, so I am going to put it in this baggie. And finally, I have got a symbol, and I went with orange mostly for this. So there's this one. And I also have a deck in here. Okay, so those are all the baggies that I've made this weekend. And yes, eventually I would like to sell tarot bags and things like that on my website. Right now, I just sell the Book of Shadows covers, which I will show in a later video once we get to New Hampshire, because I'll have my Book of Shadows, so I'll make a video showing that. And I also just have a tarot readings. The next project I want to show is not pagan related, well, not really, but this is not complete. This is my son's project. Oh, excuse me, the cat. So my son's project is for school, and he is doing a plant thing. And we, you know, my son and I, we love to do like fun, cool projects for his projects. So this one, we're not done with it, but it's my plant guide. It's about plants, and these pockets here on the outside that we created. We did create this box. The pockets here all the way around will have some of his schoolwork in it, like the worksheets that he was supposed to complete for this project, and they'll get tucked in on the sides. And on the top it says my plant guide. And if when we open it up, it explodes open. And we are so not done with this. This is an explosion box. That's what it's called. And I have yet to glue this down. These are supposed to all be glued down to the center, and I have yet to do that. We're not done with this, like I said. The first 4 will have information about flowers, and he wrote on here, he wrote tulip. He picked 4 flowers. This was a geum. He thought they were cool. Allium and dandelion. So there we go. And when you open these, it's going to, one right here is going to have a big picture of that he draws of the flower. And then right here, from here all the way right here, it's going to have information about the flower. Like the kind of climate they grow in, things like that, you know. And the next tier, and I'm actually going to remove this. Once these glue down, these will not remove, so you'll just look at them like this. But I am going to remove it so you have an easier time seeing. The next 4 are, veggies. So, and he has carrot, broccoli, lettuce, and potato. So like food items. And he's already drawn the pictures for these. He still has to put the information on it, like carrot. And he's showing not just the leaves, but also the root. Of course, the carrot is the root, and the little sprigs at the end of the root. But let's see if I can find another one. Like here, he has potato. These are all the potatoes in the ground and the leaves above it. And, oh, here it is. I lost the other one of these for broccoli, and I could not find it, but I just did. Yeah, and I still need to glue that down. But there's broccoli, the top part, and here's the roots for it. Okay. And, ooh, excuse me. Let me put this in here. And then the final one is lettuce, and here's what he did for lettuce. So there we go. And there's the veggies. And finally, this page is herbs, the last tier. And he picked lavender, rosemary, basil, and mugwort. Those were the 4 herbs he picked. And so for mugwort, he drew that. That's the plant along with the roots. And on the back, we'll have the information. Basil. Rosemary. That's kind of funny. These are not the roots. This is the rosemary. And then it's kind of got a jumble of roots at the bottom. Rosemary. He looked up the pictures of these, the root drawings of all the plants. So, and then lavender. That's what he did for lavender. Okay, so there we go. And like I said, on the back of these will all have the information. Same with this one. This one he still hasn't done anything with except wrote the name on there. And then it folds right back up like that, and the lid goes back on. So there we go. And that's our plant explosion box for school. And one more project. I know this is an insanely long video, but I did want to share progress on my Ogham book. And this was the first book that I created for bookbinding. It was the first book I ever made. This is the first book that I ever created, and I am scrapbooking in it. And the same sort of problem that I was having with my other book is that I did not initially plan to scrapbook, but then I did. And thankfully with this book, I actually unintentionally made the spine too large. So that actually turned out to be a good thing because I am scrapbooking in this. So, so that you can see that there's these papers sticking out and stuff because I'm still very much working on this. But this is the cover, and this is for Ogham or Ogham, however you pronounce it. I think it's supposed to be pronounced Ogham, but most people recognize the term Ogham. So I put a gold Celtic knot on the front. I did embroider this with my machine, and this is cloth. So, and then on the inside, okay. So, oh, here's the kitty cat again. Hi, kitty cat. Yeah. So here's the first inside, and I kind of created these stencils, these Celtic knot stencils, and the Celtic knot stencils down the side. And this also was my first time distressing pages. I've never done it before I did this, and I totally went way beyond. Like after I did this, I definitely learned how to restrain myself with distressing pages because look how this page turned out. Oh, distressed, distressed, distressed. A little bit too much. I'm trying to get this all in here. And then right here, I have this. I want to do more, but our printer broke, so we have to wait until we either fix our printer or get a new one. So I can't do more prints, but I have Mia's Book of Ogham, which is information, divination, and spells. And I created that, printed it out, cut it out, and I do have it raised. So there we go. And so the first page is the table of contents for the entire book. Information, divination, spells, and journal. And all along here, this is a pocket, so I can fit a tag in there if I want. And this, the paper that I used for this was from the Die Cuts with a View Once Upon a Time, but I also used paper from the Old World paper stack. And you know, I'm the kind of person, I can't just stick with uh, uh, one set. I kind of have to mix and match, and in a way that goes well together. So there you go. And this I printed out, of course, and I cut it out. I designed it in Photoshop and all that. And this page, the next page, is probably my favorite page, just because it's just so darn cool looking. And this is the first page of information. And this lighting does not do this page justice at all. This is, it's quite dark, and I like the way, I like how dark it is too. This is Book of Ogham, Neo's Book of Ogham, information, and then the table of contents for the information section. We have history, quick guide, and the Ogham. Okay, and I love the Celtic knot that I printed out. And then I have this same thing here, and I cut out these corners and put them right there. And I just think it's really elegant looking. I just love this page. Okay, so so the first part of this is history. So we have history of the Ogham, and I just typed this up. I kind of did my own little essay on here, used some information here and there, and just wrote up a little essay, typed it up on the computer, and I did it in landscape and in 3 columns so that I could cut out right here, here, and here. And this is just history of the Ogham. So I really like the way this turned out. It's quite elegant looking. Okay, and then now this is charts, quick guide, and astrology. And over here we have the quick guide, the Ogham tree alphabet, and I separated them into the sections of 5, the Akmabeya, I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce these. I do try to stay up on Celtic pronunciation of things, especially, you know, when my name is Niev. You kind of got to be up on that. And but I mean, I'm no scholar on it, so I may butcher some pronunciations and stuff. So there we go. And I created this in Photoshop and then printed it out. And there we go. And there's the quick guide. And on the next page is the chart for Celtic astrology. And that's right here. So here in the center we have this wheel, and I found this wheel online, but then I edited it and I wrote the names in there and put in the new symbols, and I put in the dates, and I put in this pretty Celtic knot in the middle, and all around the edge it has the sabbats. So it's a pretty cool wheel. It doesn't turn or anything. It is raised up, but there we go. It's in one spot. And this one also has a pull-out, and this one has Celtic astrology, the dates for Celtic astrology, and I created that in Photoshop as well. So here we go. And then after this, after we no longer had a printer, so these are just basically, they're scrapbooked pages, but I don't have anything on them yet, information-wise. So this page is going to be the beginning of the Ogham section. And yeah, let me just pull out these pages. Here's this one, and it's really very pretty. This purple background, and I think this one came from the Old World paper stack. And then I had these actually came from the Once Upon a Time paper stack. So it's very pretty. I'll probably have either here or here saying the Ogham, and you know, maybe right here having a little bit of a table of contents listing all the acmes. And then this one is the title page for the first Ogham, and basically it's just going to say Ogham Bea, and then the list of the 5 Oghams that are in this section. And I think I'm just leaving this page the way it is because it's just so pretty, and it's sparkly too. It's very pretty. So, and then what I'm going to do with each page for the Ogham is I'm putting, we have a pocket here and a full page here. The full page is going to have information about this Ogham thing, and right here it's going to have the name of it right here, and on the tag it will have all of the information on there. Obviously this is not completed, it's just a blank tag right now, but it will be decorated, and I save all the scrap pieces from here, which I'll probably decorate this somehow. And it will have all the information on here, and this will basically be a little travel guide, the tag, and then here is the stationery information. And it's not going to be on one strip, it'll probably be on a few strips going like that. And there we go. And so this will be the first one, and then the second one, pretty cool. And this is actually, these two are actually from a completely different paper stack, but I just, you know, I wanted something blue to go with this, which is from the Once Upon a Time. So here we go. The next page, this one I worked on last night, or not last night, but a couple nights ago, and I accidentally made this, I misjudged the height here, and I cut a little bit too soon. So I have this blank spot here that I'm going to cover up somehow. At the bottom I have basically this same thing here. So that looks very nice. And this is brown. It's hard to see in this light, but it's a very pretty color. and it's also sparkly. So this one's again going to have a tag and all the information. And here's another one. I actually switched sides. This one's very leafy. So there we go. So all the information will be on this page, and then we'll have a tag in here with some travel information. There we go. And next page, and the fifth one in this Ogham, very pretty floral. I think this is maybe the same as this one, maybe. I'm not sure. No, it's not. But there we go. Very pretty. And the next one is going to be the cover page for the next section. And I don't know if I actually picked anything else for that yet. And then of course I don't have anything in these pages. I just put in pieces of paper that I'll eventually do something with. And here, I mean, for one of them, I'm going to put this pretty cool red dragon on there. And yeah, so there we go. So there's my Ogham book. Obviously not completed yet. And then the next section, of course, will be spells, or I mean divination. And divination, I'm going to show basically how to read the Ogham, how to use them as divination, and have little diagrams and stuff in here. And then I have a whole bunch of pages in here. This was a huge book I kind of created. And then the next section will be spells you could use the Ogham with. And then whatever pages are left will just be a journal. Some journaling information, added information, things like that. And there you go. And there's my book of Ogham. There we go. I hope you enjoyed that. So this has been a really super long video. And again, I apologize for not reading cards this week. Like I said, I am going to try to get the next few weeks' readings out this week. That way I don't have to worry about them for the coming weeks, and we can focus on moving to our hotel for a couple months. So there we go. So thank you so much for watching, and blessed be.